So 11th class, we were talking about law of chemical combination. Today we will talk about second law, that is law of constant or fixed proportion. Law of constant and fixed proportion. Suppose I am talking about water. If I collect water from river, pond, sea, any corporation, all the water molecule will contain H2O. All the water molecule will contain H2O. The ratio of H2 will always be constant. The ratio of O will always be constant. And in case of mass, we will write 2:16. 2 is the mass of hydrogen, 16 is the mass of oxygen, and in simple ratio we will write 1:8. So, what is the law? Chemical compound is always made up of the same element. Chemical compound is always made up of the same element combined together in the same proportion. Chemical compound always made up of same element. Water you can collect from anywhere, it will always formulated as a H2O. That is why it is saying chemical compound is always made up of same element combined together in the same proportion by weight. Combined together in the same proportion by weight. By weight, irrespective of its sources. Its sources may be different, but its combining proportion will always remain same. Suppose cuprous oxide you are making from copper nitrate 2CuO plus 4NO2 plus O2. If you are making from CuCO3, that will be again CuO plus CO2. So whatever the method of forming cuprous oxide or copper oxide, the ratio of copper and oxygen will always 1:1 and the mass will always remain same. That's why this equation or this chemical law is saying chemical compound is always made up of same element combined together in the same proportion by weight irrespective of its sources. Source may be different. You can get CO2 from many sources, but you will be very sure that carbon dioxide contain always 1 part of carbon and 2 part of oxygen, 12:32. Sulfur dioxide you can get from many sources, but you know that sulfur dioxide means 1:2 ratio in simpler ratio, and in mass ratio it will be 32:32. That's the law of constant or fixed proportion. The element in its own formula will remain constant according to its ratio or its mass. This is the law of constant proportion. We can say that the constant proportion, law of constant proportion is right. But as we came to know about isotopes, we know that there are two types of isotope of carbon, 12 and 14. 6. We know that carbon is showing two type of isotope. One is having mass 12 and other is having mass 14. Same way oxygen 16, oxygen 18. Same way hydrogen, same way lead, so many. But after the discovery of this isotope, this law may be wrong. This law may be wrong because sometimes you are getting water from sea having O16 and you are getting water from river having O18. So their ratio proportion is now 1:8 and 1:9, which is impossible, which is next to impossible. So what is the solution? In modern theory, they said that the atomic mass of any isotope is the average mass of their isotopic element is the actual mass of that particular element. That's why this law is right. On the basis of isotope, we came to know that this law may be wrong because every element possessing different type of weight. But after knowing this, that the average mass of any isotope is the actual mass of that particular element, this law is correct. Okay. So now we are coming into the third law. Third law is law of multiple proportion. Law of multiple proportion given by Mr. John Dalton in 1803, and this law is given by Joseph Louis Proust. The name of scientist and the year is important. So please write Joseph Louis Proust in 1797. We are talking about third law, law of multiple proportion given by Mr. John Dalton in 1803. What we will say? We will say that when two elements combine together to form two or more compound, when two elements combine together to form two or more compound, the weight of one element remains same and it will try to combine with the different weight of another element will remain in the simple ratio, in their molecular mass or very simpler ratio. What I am telling, when two elements combine with each other to form two or more compound, the mass of one of the element which combine with a fixed mass of another element, the mass of one element will be fixed and the mass of other element will differ. They will remain in the mass ratio or in a simple number ratio. When two elements combine together to form two or more compound, one element will remain in the fixed mass, another element will combine with the different mass. They will remain as molecular mass, simple ratio of molecular mass or the simpler ratio. What I am talking about? Suppose I am talking about nitrogen is element which is forming maximum oxide in the periodic table. That's why we are talking about nitrogen. But we can take so many other examples like sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, carbon dioxide, carbon trioxide, monoxide, cuprous oxide, cupric oxide. We can take so many examples, but you will get only two oxides are here. Here it is 5 oxides. That's why we have taken the nitrogen oxide. N2O, that is nitrous oxide. NO is nitric oxide. N2O3, N2O4 and N2O5 respectively nitrogen trioxide, tetroxide and pentoxide. Now I have taken this two only to balance my weight, mass. That's why I have taken 2 mole of NO to calculate the simpler ratio. So as I am knowing, the molecular mass of nitrogen is 40 for N and it will be 28 for N2. The molecular mass of oxygen is 16. So all this oxide having 2 mole of nitrogen means N2. You can say 2 molecule 9, 2 atom of nitrogen. N2, 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 N2 and N2. So all the ratio will remain 28, 28, 28 and 28. But oxygen is combining in different mass. What I said, one element will remain in its fixed mass and other element will come in different mass. One element was remaining in fixed mass as 28, 28, 28. Oxygen is coming 1, 16, 2 will come as a 32, 3 will come as a 48, 4 will come as a 64 and 5 will come as a 80. Okay, now you convert. This all will cut by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16 1 are 16 2 are 16 3 are 16 4 and 16 5 are. So whether they will remain same as they are in their molecular mass or in the simpler ratio 1:1, 1:2, 1:3, 4 and 5. So this is known as law of multiple proportion. Now we can again say this law may be wrong. Suppose this is oxygen 16 and this is oxygen 18. Again the same problem will come. But in modern theory, as I said earlier, that whatever the isotopes are there will be the average of atomic mass of that particular element. Their atomic mass will be the average of atomic mass of that particular element. So this law is also right. This is not at all wrong on the basis of isotope. Clear? Now you have to make so many numericals regarding these laws, which you will make every day at your home. I will give you questions.